Welcome to the AI Checkpoints. Just a quick heads up before we jump in. This content is generated by AI. Okay, so today we're diving into something I find really interesting. This idea of vibe coding with generative AI and LLMs, specifically for expert programmers. We're basing this on a great article by Christopher Rackauckas called A Guide to Gen AI LLM Vibe Coding for Expert Programmers. Found it on his blog, Stochastic Lifestyle.
Right.
And the really surprising thing here, the mission for us today, is to unpack his argument that, the highly skilled developers, the ones who are often most skeptical about LLMs.
Yeah, just skeptics.
Exactly. He argues they're actually the perfect people to use this new workflow effectively. Kind of counterintuitive.
It really is. And Rackauckas kicks things off with a core mental model that's pretty crucial. He says basically, forget thinking of an LLM as some kind of super genius coder.
Okay.
Instead, and this is key, you should treat an LLM agent like a sophomore year student, or maybe an intern.
Intern,
Oh,
right.
yeah. Someone who gets the basics right.
Yeah.
They can copy code, run unit tests, search Stack Overflow, but they don't have that deep, nuanced understanding. Seeing them as capable, but, fundamentally junior, that's the foundation for this whole vibe coding thing.
That intern analogy really clicks. So if you're thinking intern, not Oracle, how does that change the day-to-day? How does an expert actually use these tools differently?
It changes everything. Rackauckas is really clear. Don't just give the LLM a task in isolation, like in some sandbox.
Right.
The key is integrating them directly into projects, inside and out. Really well.
So familiarity is key.
Exactly. Because then reviewing their output, giving feedback, it's much faster, much more straightforward. You're not just coding anymore. You're like the team lead for this LLM team.
Well, team lead for AI interns.
Pretty much.
Right.
But he also warns, this takes certain skills. If you hate reviewing code quickly, or if you just generally dislike training actual interns, then he's pretty blunt. He says, don't vibe code. It demands that kind of quick feedback loop, that leadership instinct.
So it's really a management skill applied to AI. You mentioned team leadership, and it starts to sound a bit like managing a Scrum team almost.
It's a great comparison. It really mirrors that kind of cycle.
How so?
Well, you give the LLM agent a problem, they generate something, you review the results, give feedback, maybe tweak the prompt. It's iterative. Rackauckas even talks about running multiple agents at once. He mentions using 12, even up to 32 Claude agents in separate 2mux windows.
Wow, 32 interns.
Right. And you give them clear, simple commands. Things like solve an easy issue in this open source repo, make a PR, check the CI. Then you let them go. You're not hand-holding. You set the task, check the outcome.
Okay, which brings us to checking the outcome. What happens when the LLM, when it messes up, which it will?
Oh, it definitely will. And his advice here is pretty direct.
Yeah.
Maybe even ruthless. Immediately throw out anything bad. Just delete it.
Don't try to fix it.
No. He argues it's a waste of time. If you push an LLM too hard on something it got wrong, it tends to just hallucinate more, make things worse. If the output's way off, it just means the task was too complex for the bot. You, the expert, just do it yourself. The goal isn't a perfect success rate on every single try, especially if you're paying a subscription. It's about the total volume of successful small tasks you can get done quickly.
Right, focus on the wins, not the misses. So for those wins, what kind of work should experts be aiming these LLMs at? What's the sweet spot?
The sweet spot is what he calls janitorial work, or grunt work.
Boring stuff.
Exactly. The stuff you know how to do, maybe it's repetitive, but it's on code you understand deeply. Small refactors, maybe bisecting Git commits to find where a regression was introduced. Monotonous tasks.
Gotcha. Any examples?
Yeah, he gives a few from his own work, like specializing functions for new Julia language binaries, simple, clear success. Another one was moving a bunch of enzyme automatic differentiation tests. Lots of repeated refactoring. Perfect for an LLM. He even used it for information gathering, like trying to track down info related to memory leaks.
So helper tasks, mostly.
Mostly. He does say for complex math problems they often fail, but might give you a useful hint or starting point. But the main message is clear. Vibe coding is not useful if you need it to solve a particular problem. You still do the hard stuff.
Okay, I can already hear some people listening thinking, managing 32 interns, constantly reviewing code, throwing stuff out, this sounds like hell.
Yeah, it's a fair reaction. And Rackauckas acknowledges that sentiment, actually quoting someone who said just that.
But what's the counter-argument, the payoff?
The payoff is offloading those low IQ, genuinely boring tasks. The stuff that drains your energy but doesn't require your peak creativity. It frees you, the expert, to focus your brain power on the really challenging, interesting parts of programming, the stuff you likely got into the field for.
So it preserves your focus for high-level work.
Precisely. And for complex projects, maybe involving third-party tools, he stresses setting up good downstream tests. Have the agents check the CI results, because, as he says, the whole system is only as good as your tests. Good testing becomes even more critical.
Makes sense. Now, zooming out a bit, he also briefly mentions the current cost models for these powerful LLM, often funded by venture capital, seems unsustainable long-term.
Yeah, that's a big question mark. He hints that this could, paradoxically, increase the need for expert human developers.
How so?
Well, if there's more code being generated, potentially faster, by LLMs, the need for humans who can maintain quality, debug really tricky issues, understand the whole system, that need might actually go up, not down. Experts leading these LLM teams could be vital.
Interesting. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the expert programmer listening? It seems the core idea is that vibe coding, if you master it, isn't about replacing you. It's about transforming your productivity. It's like getting a team of AI interns you can lead.
Right. It frees you up.
Right.
Lets you focus on the high-value, complex problems that really need your expertise.
And maybe a thought to leave you with. How might this expert-led approach reshape things? Think about career paths, especially for new programmers entering this field, and how absolutely critical robust testing becomes in this kind of future. Lots to consider there. Anyway, that's our deep dive for today. Hit like and subscribe if you like the content. See you next time.